Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so excited and delighted to talk. I'm really so happy for your support and generosity that you're giving to us here in Pabo. I and the children, they are very happy. They even wanted to talk today, but they had exam today. They went to school. I told them I was going to talk to those of Janet. They were so happy. And they wanted to hear, talk, and see your faces, but they had exam, that's why. I'm Rose, originally from South Sudan, but currently I'm in Uganda and living in Pabo. I'm really so happy to talk about this topic. The topic is really so nice, where our food comes from. I've never thought of where my food comes from, but this topic has really given me a deep thought of to think of where really my food comes from. I recently graduated with a bachelor's degree in agriculture and communication, extending agricultural innovations to rural farmers. And I'm really passionate about value addition, most especially in the rural areas, because most farmers in the rural areas here in Uganda tend to be left behind with agricultural information. They usually don't get the information that are needed for them to produce, yet they are the basics who produce a lot in the market, yet they gain nothing, almost nothing from their production. Because as you go higher in the chain of value addition in the agricultural production, you find that the people that add value to the produce that these farmers produce get more than the real people who produce this agricultural produce. I am really delighted to talk about agriculture. And here in Pabo, what I'm doing, I'm producing marmalade, and it is a form of value addition in mango. And it is really started back then. You find that here in Pabo, and most especially where I was staying in Moyo, you find that every household has at least mango trees on their compounds, and also mangoes in the villages. So you find that people usually get access to these mangoes free from home. And if someone wants to bring it in the market, they find no market. Most of them end up pouring them on the compound, along the road as they go back home. As they are going back home, they are thinking, why should I carry this one from market back home? Yet again, I'm going to get another from home. So they end up pouring these mangoes wasted along the road, in the marketplaces, flies everywhere. So I came up with this idea of adding value through making marmalade in order to provide market for these local farmers who gain nothing from these mango trees. And with this, they are able to preserve the indigenous mangoes that are here in Pabo and also other parts of Uganda. Currently, I'm operating in Gulu and Pabo mostly. That's where I get the most mangoes from rural farmers. And most people that I buy these mangoes from, they really appreciate that I buy from them, because with the money that they get from selling to me, they're able to pay their school fees for their children, cater for other household needs like buying shops, sugar, and the clothes for their children. They are really so appreciative. And this year they really want me to engage more to produce more of the marmalade so that I can be able to provide for them more market. Last year I worked with only 10 farmers, but this year I want to work with about 50 farmers. They have really gotten connected to me, and they want to see that they are really preserving these nutrients. And I want not only them selling them to me, but they are also able to regrow these indigenous mangoes, because they are the most basics of trees that can really absorb the carbon dioxide that leads to climate change. Hello. Should I start afresh?
No, just carry on.
I carry on where I stopped.
Yes, please.
Sorry for the loss. Sorry for the high pitch. I don't know if am I so fast or I should reduce the speed?
No, you.
All right. with these ideas, I was able to engage with very many youth. You find that in agriculture is the backbone of Uganda and it employs about 70% of the people. And most youth in Uganda, they find that agriculture is a dirty job. It is for people who have not gone to school, people who have never entered in class. So how can we as fellow youth make agriculture more attractive to also other youth in Uganda? But as Uganda is really good in production, you find that also climate change is really an impact. You find that we used to receive longer seasons of rain, but currently we are receiving a shorter season of rain in Uganda. You find that the seasons have really changed with severe droughts in Uganda. Currently, most swamps here in Pabo, where I am producing, they've really dried up. And where people used to grow rice, where people used to grow sugarcane, the places have really dried up.
Rose, when you're feeding your girls or your children at your home, where do you get your food from? Do you have to go to the market to buy it, or do you grow the food for yourself? Rose, you've muted yourself. Do you want to unmute yourself?
Oh, sorry. We produce most of the food here at home. We don't buy food from the market. We grow everything. We only buy sugar, shops, clothes. Those are the things that we cannot produce from the farm. Those are the things that we produce. But I'm trying to make that these children here in Pabo are self-contained. They can feed themselves. They can produce most of the things by themselves, and they grow everything from the garden. But the rain has really affected. This year we started off, we grew, we have planted beans and maize and cassava, but 1 month down the road, the rain has not, after us planting, the rain has stopped. Currently the land is so dry. We thought it was going to be rainy this time, but just changed. We don't know whether the food is going to be, the produce is going to yield or not. We're still hoping that the rain is going to be there. We are producing most of the things. The children here are so engaged in the production things. They learned from me. I want to make them to see that agriculture is really good. It is something that they can benefit from. They can grow their own food, be self-sustained, and they're able to make even living out of agriculture. If they produce more, they can also give for those people who are less disadvantaged, who cannot grow, like the elderly people here. Some of them cannot grow their own food. If we produce more, we can be able to give for those people that cannot produce some of this food by themselves.
What is going to happen if the rains do not come? How will you feed yourself then?
If the rain doesn't come, then I think, I don't know, we are going to starve them, because everything that we eat comes from the garden. Everything that these children consume comes from the garden. And last year we produced not so much because of the rain, the beans, after it reaching the flowering stage, the rain stopped abruptly. So the yield was so small. That's why if really the rain is not there, the drought, that climate change has really affected. This place used to be the most productive place. That's why most farmers come to Amoro, Pabo, because it's really the most productive to receive rain almost throughout the years. But people now engage in cutting trees, they engage in the charcoal production. So with most of the trees being lost at an increasing rate, you find that the weather, the seasons are also changing so fast. The rain is almost only 3 months in a year, yet they used to receive rain the whole year, throughout the year. In 2020, when we first came, the rain was throughout the year, and we produced so much, a lot that we didn't even consume all. We even sold most of the things. But last year, 2021, 2022, the rain kept on. the rain kept on reducing. I don't know this year. This year now we are not seeing rain. The rain has really reduced, and yet most of the people in this place, they depend on agriculture. They are agriculturists. They produce and they sell. That is where their money comes from.
Thank you, Rose. That's been really interesting, and we do hope that the rain comes and that everything will be okay for you. But thank you ever so much for talking to us.
Okay, that does.
I need to remember what you tell me. Yeah. This is just for me, so that I can remember what you tell me. This isn't for anybody else. It doesn't matter if Kevin comes on or not, because this is just for you. Your water all comes from the well in where you live.
We fetch from the well, and it is a little bit too far for the children. But currently, that is the only option that we have. We still have a lot. They don't have enough reading rooms. They don't have enough sleeping rooms. And yet there are very many children that need to be supported. Even here in our neighborhood, there are very many children who don't go to school. And we are really constrained by finances. I wish to extend to support them to also go to school with the other children, because they come in their home, they play with the children, and yet they don't go to school. There are very many children that really need their support. Even us here, we want to extend to those children, even in the neighborhood, they're still at home, they can't go to school because they don't have school fees, they don't have, their parents are separated, the parents, some of them are so drunkard that they can't even support their own children in school.
How many children have you got living with you on the farm, on your little farm?
We have 18 children currently.
18, gosh.
So that's a lot of people to feed.
A lot, but the good thing that during holidays, they go to the farm, they produce the farm. It is good that whatever we produce from them, we use it to feed them, and then the little that is in surplus, like maize, sometimes we produce it so much, the beans, when we produce it so much, we take it to the market, we sell, and then we use it to buy for them the basic needs like soap, sugar, and even sometimes clothes for the children when we produce in excess.
You said you get the water from the well. You have to, you've got no electricity. What do you use for cooking?
We use charcoal.
That's part of the problem, because you have to cut down the trees for charcoal.
But we are using these briquettes. I don't know, briquettes made further, then they are molded with the remaining charcoal. It is the briquettes I will show you, the one that we use for cooking. It is a part of showing that they can use alternative sources of energy instead of using the trees to burn charcoal. And instead of using charcoal and firewood, they can use the briquettes, the remainder of the maize combs. They can make it as though it is charcoal, briquettes.
Yeah. But there's no way of using solar power for cooking.
No, it is possible, but the one we have is so small. It is just used for lighting.
You were actually breaking up a little bit then. Your connection was going a little bit. So I lost you a little bit in there. Your connection went.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's not a problem. I think that's everything for today. Kevin says, Kevin wants to know, can you buy solar panels easily in Uganda? And the batteries, can you buy them easily?
It is there, but it is a little bit costly. It is only these small ones. The one, the 75 watts, 75 watts, 50 amps is the one that we're able to get. But there are those that are so, there are those that can be used for the whole home, can be used even for cooking, can be used for lighting, and even pumping water in the home. But it's so expensive. We cannot afford at the moment.
And you said in your notice that you had the batteries stolen. So have you got no batteries now?
Your father sent for us money. We bought small ones, 75 amps.
So, and the water from the well, do you have to boil it or to use before you can drink it? Or is it clean water?
The one for drinking we first boil, but the one for cooking we just use it like that. It's only for drinking that we boil.
And is the well good? Do you get water all year in the well? Get water all the time?
The well is so built that it drills from down, but with the water level going deeper and deeper, you find that the water also, the level of it coming, it is more during rainy season, but less during dry season. Sometimes we find challenges with very many people wanting the water, yet the water is so small. With the water level is going deeper and deeper, and yet it is just built. It is not pumped from down. The place used to be a swamp, but now the swamp is also drying up because of the change in the climate. So the water level has also gone down. So the water is also almost, I think, in the next few years, the well might also dry up because of the drought that is so increasing because of the climate change, because of the weather changes that is coming. It is so dry.
You have a lot of problems there, don't you?
A lot of challenges.
A lot of challenges.
We have a lot of challenges, but we are looking for solutions for the challenges.
No, that's brilliant. I really thank you for your time and for talking to me. And hopefully we can do this again when you're in an area like this, that we can talk and we can learn more about what you're doing. But it's great to see you.
I'm glad to talk to you people too. It has been really so.
Oh, there's somebody behind you now.
One of the Charlies.
We'll let you go, but we really thank you ever so much for your time and for talking to us.
Yes, bye.
Great. Happy Easter to you all. Bye-bye.
Okay.